You keep watching porn, you keep playing video games, you keep binging on junk food, you keep watching brain dead entertainment content that doesn't improve your life at all, you keep partying with shit friends who do not care about the quality of your life, and you keep getting up every single day to go work a job that you don't like nor care about. You want to change all of that in your life so badly, but there is no one in your life to help you with that. You have no one in your life to hold you accountable for your actions and for the things that you say you will do. And so in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how you can have self-accountability for your actions, the things that you say, and the things that you need to do. And to get right into it, all that you need to do is be that strong masculine friend that you want. You be that. But you be that for your future self. All that basically happens is that your present self holds your future self accountable, and then your past self hold your present self accountable. And take for example, say you have trouble getting up in the morning. You have no energy and you have no motivation or drive to actually get up. And you kind of need a little bit of drive to garner the discipline from within you to get up out of bed in the morning. And one example is that you journal or you put a reminder on your phone for it to come up when you wake up. And you would write something like, don't be a bitch. Don't be a feminine loser who doesn't have the discipline to get out of bed in the morning. The harsher the better, honestly, because you wouldn't want to relate to something like that. Because if someone says that you doing this would make you a loser, you're not going to want to do it, of course. But you're just doing that with your future self and with your past self, and there's no hard feelings. And then tomorrow morning comes and you wake up and you're feeling kind of tired and you don't really want to get up, but you're awake enough to go on your phone. You go on your phone and you see there's a new reminder on the screen, and the reminder says, don't be a bitch. Don't sleep in like a feminine loser who has no energy and can't get up out of bed in the morning. And so you would see that. And then that is your motivation and drive and a reason for you to garner the discipline from within yourself to get out of bed. Because you don't want to be a bitch and a feminine loser who can't get out of bed in the morning, right? Of course not. So you would follow through with the self-accountability that your past self held for you now. And then you do the things that you wanted to do. And of course it doesn't have to be only on your phone, but a phone is something good because you're going to go on it quite often and probably one of the first things that you're going to use after you wake up. But it could be a journal if you journal first thing in the morning. If you have a whiteboard, you could leave notes around in your room, on your wall, on your door, beside your bed, whatever it may be. Anything at all that will allow you to get this message across from your past self to hold you accountable right now. But if you were to try hold yourself accountable to not do something, then you shouldn't write notes and leave reminders to not do something. You shouldn't have to sit at your desk when you're ready to go work and there's a note saying, don't procrastinate, don't watch porn, don't watch brainless entertainment. That isn't a good idea, because you reading that will make you think of all those things that you shouldn't be doing. It will pop into your mind purely because you've left this note. So instead of doing something like that, you would instead set a reminder of what you need to do, and again be harsh with that. And you would say something like, don't be a pussy, sit down and work. Just do what you know you need to do and don't listen to your feelings like a woman would. Your past self will hold you accountable for the work that you need to do, and that will be much better than reminding you of what not to do, because again, it'll pop into your mind and you shouldn't be thinking about it at all in the first place. And yes, having self-accountability like this is very useful and will be ultimately beneficial, but don't think of it as a way in which all of your problems will be solved and you will magically jump out of bed, you'll magically do all the work that you need to do no more bad habits, eat clean, don't waste time anymore, and have the perfect day starting tomorrow and do that consistently. It is not that at all. It is merely another reminder to kind of give you motivation, drive, purpose, or a reason to do something, and a reason to garner willpower and discipline from within yourself and do what you don't feel like doing even though you know you should be doing it. There's a good quote that I came up with that I think really applies here. The problem when you aren't able to detach yourself from the problems that you're experiencing is that you're not thinking enough. And the problem when you aren't able to achieve success is that you're thinking too much. Basically meaning that when you're doing bad habits, you're just not thinking enough. You feel the urge to do something and you go do it without thinking about that if you should do it, if it's worth it, if you should be doing something else, if you should stop and think about it for a while. You just go for it without thinking. So the self-accountability would be tremendously helpful with bad habits, because you would see these reminders that your past self left for you, pushing you to be stronger, pushing you to do more and be better. And you would see that and you would be able to stop and think about the things that you may be feeling the need to do right now, or feeling the urge to go do something bad or waste time, or do something that you know isn't ultimately productive or beneficial to you. In a way, it sort of gives you another wall for you to have to go over before you actually do the bad habit. Before you go past the wall, you'd be able to stop and think before you just brainlessly go for it. But in a similar way, but kind of the opposite, with the things that you know you need to do, the work that you need to do, the exercise that you need to get done, eating the clean, healthy food, but that is kind of boring, that you know is extremely good for you. With those things, the self-accountability that you would see will ideally make you just go for it and not overthink it. Because when it comes to doing the productive things or trying to achieve something big, so many people overthink it because they of course want to get it right, they don't want to fail, they don't want to waste their time, they want everything to work out good. But that overthinking is ultimately detrimental, because instead of stopping and overthinking about what you need to do, you could just go for it, make mistakes, learn, and be better that way, instead of trying to calculate everything before you actually go do it. And so seeing the self-accountability from your past self, you will see that and know that you just need to go for it. You shouldn't think about it, because your past self knows exactly what you should be doing. Your past self sat down and wrote this note for you because they were in a better mind frame and they knew what you should be doing. But now when it comes time to it, you're procrastinating and you feel like doing something else. So they're pushing you to become better while thinking logically and thinking about what you need to do and not worrying about what you feel like doing. So you would listen to your past self and just go for the things that you know you need to do, because they're hoping that you achieve everything that you aspire to achieve and become the best version of yourself. And whether best case or worst case scenario happens, you will either feel so shitty that you didn't follow through with accountability that you tried to hold for yourself, and you would again try to hold your future self accountable by leaving reminders and leaving notes saying that you were extremely weak yesterday and the work ethic that you displayed is absolutely unacceptable and you need to do better. And your future self would see that and think, my past self was right. He felt so shit from not doing the things that he knew he needed to do, and I'm going to listen to what he's saying. I'm going to follow through with it today. And if best case scenario happens and you do follow through with everything that you wanted, you would hold your future self accountable even more and say that you had a fantastic day, you did everything that you knew you needed to do, but now you need to achieve more. You need to push yourself more and achieve more and do better. And your future self would think back to his past self who left this note and remember how truly amazing, competent and masculine they felt after they did everything they needed to do without worrying about how they're feeling, without worrying about being a little bit tired, feeling a little bit sluggish, oh my muscles are a bit sore. They didn't worry about any of that, they went for it, and then they felt like they were on top of the world. And self-accountability doesn't need to be held over days at a time. It could be for the next few hours or even for the next hour. You right now write a note to yourself, whether on paper, whether on a whiteboard, whether on your phone, wherever it may be, write yourself a note that in 1 hour's time at 12:49 or whatever it is in an hour, I would have stopped watching YouTube for an hour now and would have been working on the thing that I need to work on the videos that I need to make, on the research that I need to do, on the cold outreaches that I need to make, or on the money that I need to go get. I would have been doing that for an hour and would have achieved X at this point. And then at the very bottom right, you will achieve this because you're a strong masculine man and aren't a feminine weak man who cares about his feelings and is ultimately a bitch. And so you write it out and then look at it and think, I don't want to be a bitch. I want to be a strong masculine man. So I'm going to turn off this video, stop watching YouTube, and go do what I know I need to do without wasting any more time. So get the self-accountability note ready and go do just that. Put in enough time and attention because that will make anything into reality.